In this video, we will learn how to find the zeros of a polynomial function. So let's consider this function right here. F of x equals x cubed plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 8. We want to find what numbers can we plug in for x that would make this function equal to 0. So we can use a cool little trick called the rational zero theorem. And that says we can write p over q. So the p is whatever value this is for the constant. So that's -8. And the q is the value of the leading coefficient. So what we do is we find all of the factors of p first. So what are the factors of -8? Well, that would be plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus or minus 4, and plus or minus 8. Those are all the factors of -8. And then we find the factors of q, this leading coefficient right here. Well, that's just plus or minus 1. And then we can do all of the p's divided by all of the q's. Well, since that's just 1, we would say all of the, let's rewrite this, plus or minus 1. All of these numbers divided by plus or minus 1 are just equal to themselves. So the possible zeros for this function are plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 4, or plus minus 8. So to start, we're just going to pick a number, plug it into the function, and see if it turns out to be a 0 or not. So let's start with 1. So we'll say f of 1, that would be equal to 1 cubed plus 3 times 1 squared minus 6 times 1 minus 8. So that would be 1 cubed is 1 plus 3 times 1 squared, that's 3 times 1, which is 3. Minus 6 times 1, that's minus 6, and then minus 8. That would be equal to 1 plus 3, that's 4, minus 6 is -2, minus 8 is -10. So that does not equal to 0. So that means the value 1 is not one of our zeros of this function. So let's try another one. Let's try -1. That would be -1 cubed plus 3 times -1 squared minus 6 times -1 minus 8. So that would be -1 cubed is -1 plus 3 times -1 squared. -1 squared is just 1, so that's plus 3 minus 6 times -1, that's plus 6. And then we have minus 8. So that would equal -1 plus 3 is 2, plus 6 is 8, minus 8 is 0. So that does equal 0. So that means -1 is going to be one of our zeros of this polynomial function. Now, to find the remaining zeros, we can use synthetic division. So let's go ahead and write all of the coefficients in this function. So that would be 1, 3, -6, and -8. So step 1, we're just going to bring down this first term, which is 1. We'll do 1 times 1. Excuse me, this should be a -1. We'll do -1 times 1. That's -1. Then we can do 3 minus 1, that's 2. -1 times 2 is -2. We can do -6 minus 2 is -8. -1 times -8 is a positive 8. And -8 plus 8 is 0. So make sure this number right here is 0. So now we can rewrite the original equation as x squared plus 2x minus 8. Now, to find the remaining zeros, we just need to factor this. So we need to think, what values multiply to -8 but add to 2? And that would be positive 4, plus 4, and -2, so x minus 2. And if we set all of that equal to 0, what are the values for x that would make this equation equal to 0? Well, we can see it would just be -4 or 2. So those are our remaining zeros. So The zeros of this original polynomial function turn out to be -1, -4, and +2. If we plug in any of these numbers into x of the original equation, it will equal 0. So those are our 3 zeros of the polynomial function. Thanks for watching.